Welcome to another deep dive, everybody. Today we're going to be looking into something pretty wild.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about those mysterious glowing orbs, the ones that show up in photographs, and we're going to be asking, are they connected to UFOs?
Oh, yeah.
Is there something more to this phenomena than just, dust or lens flares or whatever?
Right.
And if you guys like this kind of content, you know the drill.
Hit that subscribe button.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah, get in on the action.
So for this deep dive, we're going to be mainly drawing from the book Beyond Photography, Encounters with Orbs, Angels, and Mysterious Light Forms.
Ooh, that sounds pretty juicy.
And is really interesting stuff by Katie Hall and John Pickering.
Okay.
And then we'll also be pulling a little bit from Orbs, a universal sign, just to kind of round things out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Layering those perspectives.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it.
So are you ready to get started?
Absolutely. I'm ready to have my mind blown.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Okay, so picture this. You're Katie Hall, right, one of our authors, and you're working away at your computer, just a normal day.
Okay.
And then suddenly your mouse starts moving on its own.
What?
I know it's creepy, right?
That's freaky.
Yeah, and it's clicking on things, opening files, scrolling through documents.
It's like a ghost in the machine.
Yeah, basically like a little digital poltergeist.
Oh, wow.
So that kind of sets the stage for this whole book.
Right, sets the tone.
Yeah, it's like this hint that, things aren't always what they seem.
Yeah, there are these little mysteries lurking beneath the surface.
Exactly. And, both Katie and John, the authors, they were total skeptics at first.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a healthy place to start, right?
Absolutely.
You don't want to just jump to like, oh, it's paranormal right away.
Right, you got to be critical.
Yeah.
So they thought orbs, those glowing spheres in photos, they figured it was just dust.
Right.
Lens flares, something totally explainable.
Okay, yeah.
But then something happens that really shakes their skepticism.
Oh, what's that?
Katie captures this orb on camera.
Just sitting there on her carpet.
Oh, no.
I know, right?
Like inside the house.
Inside the house, no dust in sight.
Hmm.
It's one thing to dismiss orbs in outdoor photos,
Yeah, you can kind of explain that away, maybe.
Or maybe it's a bug or something.
Right.
But when they're showing up inside,
Yeah, what's going on?
that's a game changer.
Totally.
So this event, it becomes like this turning point for them.
Okay.
It's like the universe is challenging their beliefs,
Right, like, hey, pay attention.
Yeah, forcing them to actually confront this possibility.
That maybe there's something more to this.
Yeah, that orbs might be something more than just a photographic glitch.
Right.
And here's where it gets even weirder.
Oh, boy.
After this indoor orb incident, orbs start popping up in their outdoor photographs, too.
Oh, wow. So it's like it opened a door or something.
Yeah, it's like a portal or something.
That's wild.
So, of course, being the good skeptics they are,
Right. They want to figure this out.
they try to debunk it.
Okay. How do they go about that? So they try to recreate this orb effect using mirrors and reflections.
Interesting.
Basically trying to trick the camera
Right?
into creating those same glowing spheres.
Okay, like a controlled experiment.
Exactly.
Okay.
But no matter what they try,
Oh.
they can't replicate the orb effect.
Mm-hmm. So there's something else going on then.
Right. It suggests that these orbs,
Yeah.
they're not just some simple light trick.
Right.
They're not just a product of, easily explainable physics.
So if they're not dust reflections or camera glitches,
Right.
what are they?
That's the million-dollar question, right?
Yeah, we got to dive deeper.
So buckle up,
Okay.
because things are about to get
Oh,
a
boy.
little bit scientific.
Bring on the science.
Okay, so one possible explanation that the book explores is that orbs could be these little pockets of plasma energy.
Plasma energy. That sounds kind of sci-fi.
It does, right?
Yeah.
But actually, plasma is something that we encounter all the time.
Really?
Yeah, so think of lightning,
Okay.
neon signs, or even the sun.
Wow.
All of those are forms of plasma.
I didn't realize that.
So basically, plasma is a superheated gas where the atoms have lost some of their electrons,
Okay.
and that creates this charged, electrically conductive substance.
So how does that relate to those glowing orbs we see in pictures?
So the book draws this parallel between orbs and something called ball lightning.
Ball lightning.
Have you heard of that?
I think so. Isn't that like those glowing balls of light you sometimes see during thunderstorms?
That's exactly it.
Oh, wow.
And it's super rare,
Uh-huh.
but also super fascinating.
Yeah.
So these balls of light, they kind of appear out of nowhere.
Right.
They can float around, they can zip around, and they can even pass through solid objects.
No way.
I know, it's crazy.
That's mind-blowing.
So the idea is that maybe these orbs that we're seeing in pictures are like mini versions of ball lightning.
Oh, wow. Mini lightning balls
Yeah.
floating around.
So they're these small-scale concentrations of plasma that become visible
Okay.
under specific conditions.
So what kind of conditions are we talking about?
Well, it could be things like electromagnetic fields
Okay.
or changes in energy.
So it's like capturing a tiny little piece of a lightning bolt in your photograph.
That's a cool way to think about it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So we've got these potential mini lightning balls floating around,
Right.
but why are they showing up in photographs?
Yeah, why are we seeing them?
Well, some types of plasma, like the kind found in ball lightning,
Uh-huh.
they can actually emit light.
Wait, are you saying those orbs could be glowing on their own?
Exactly.
Whoa.
So under certain circumstances, these plasma concentrations could become what's called self-luminous,
Okay.
which means they're actually giving off their own light.
That makes them visible to the camera.
Exactly. It's like they're these little beacons of energy
Oh, wow.
flashing into existence.
And disappearing.
Yeah, just for a brief moment.
That's wild. So it's like we're catching glimpses of another dimension almost.
I know, right?
The realm of energy and light that we don't normally see.
Exactly. But here's another question.
Okay.
If orbs are these scientific phenomena,
Right.
why are they so often associated with spiritual experiences and paranormal activity?
Yeah, that's a good question.
It doesn't really add up.
Not at first glance.
So that leads us to another really fascinating aspect of the orb phenomena.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
The book also explores the symbolic significance of orbs and circular shapes
Oh, interesting.
throughout history and across cultures.
Okay, I'm ready to get deep.
Me too.
Let's do it.
So think about it for a second.
Okay,
Circular shapes, they're everywhere.
that's true.
You see them in religious art. You see them in mandalas,
Uh-huh.
ancient symbols,
Yeah.
dreams, even crop formations.
Wow, you're right, they're everywhere.
And they all kind of represent the same thing.
What's that?
They represent wholeness,
Okay.
unity,
Uh-huh.
the eternal cycle of life and death.
So it's like circles are embedded in our collective unconscious.
It's like this universal archetype
Yeah.
that speaks to something deep within us.
Hmm.
So it's not surprising that when people see these glowing orbs in their photos, they might connect them to something spiritual or mystical.
Right, because they're tapping into this ancient symbolism.
Exactly.
It's like those orbs are a visual representation of something that we sense but can't quite grasp.
Yeah, it's like a reminder that there's more to reality than what we see on the surface.
Right, like there's this hidden world of energy and consciousness.
Exactly. And maybe these orbs are a window into that world.
Whoa, okay, my mind is officially blown.
I know. This is just the beginning.
There's more.
Oh, yeah. And the next part of our deep dive, we're going to explore the connection between orbs and those unexplained lights we see in the sky.
You're gonna blow my mind again, I can already tell.
Get ready,
I'm ready.
because things are about to get really interesting.
Okay, so we've talked about orbs in photos could be like mini lightning balls.
Right.
And they're loaded with symbolism.
Yeah, and they might be hinting at something bigger.
Yeah,
Wow.
right, like something more going on in the universe.
Exactly. So now,
Let's talk about those unexplained lights we see in the sky.
oh yeah, the ones that make you go, what was that?
Yeah.
I'm ready to dive into that UFO connection.
Okay, so Katie, one of our authors, starts seeing what she calls transient lights.
Transient light?
Yeah, or STLs for short.
Okay, STL's got it.
Think of them as these quick flashes or movements of light.
Okay.
So fast, they're almost impossible to see.
But how are they different from like a shooting star or a plane or something?
That's the thing, these STLs, they don't really match up with any known aircraft or natural phenomena.
Okay, so they're truly unexplained.
Yeah, and get this, when Katie photographed the areas where she saw these STLs,
Uh-huh.
guess what showed up in the pictures?
Yes.
Orbs and something else, what she calls faerie-like forms.
Wait, hold on. Fairy-like forms.
I know it sounds a little out there.
Yeah. Are we talking Tinkerbell here?
Not quite Tinkerbell, but imagine these like streaks or wisps of light, almost like energy signatures,
Okay.
captured by the camera.
So it's like the STLs, the orbs, and these fairy forms are all connected somehow.
Yeah, that's what the book suggests.
Like different aspects of the same phenomenon.
Right, like they're all part of this hidden energetic world that we're just catching glimpses of.
It's like we're peeling back the layers of reality
Exactly.
and discovering that things are far stranger than we ever imagined.
It's all about interconnectedness.
Right. And the book shares some stories from other people too.
Oh, yeah.
Not just Katie.
Uh-huh.
People who have witnessed these unexplained lights.
What kind of stories are we talking about?
So there's one about a ball of light swirling through a dining room.
Whoa.
There's another one about a dancing flame on a doorknob.
What?
And even one about an orange ball shooting past a car on a Highland road.
Wow, so these lights are popping up everywhere.
Yeah, it's like they're all around us.
But are these just isolated incidents, or could they be part of a larger phenomenon?
That's the question, right?
And it's a question that's been asked for decades. Especially when you consider the reports of Foo Fighters during World War II.
Foo Fighters.
Yeah, have you heard of those?
It sounds like something out of a comic book.
I know, right?
Tell me more.
So during World War II, pilots on both sides of the conflict,
Yeah, okay.
they reported seeing these mysterious glowing orbs and spheres.
Near their aircraft.
Yeah, near their aircraft.
Wow, so these Foo Fighters, they were seen by multiple pilots.
Yeah, on both sides of the war all over the world.
And what did they look like?
They described them as fast-moving, silent, and seemingly intelligent.
Intelligent.
Yeah, as if they were observing the planes or even interacting with them.
That's incredible.
And the descriptions of Foo Fighters, they sound a lot like some reports of ball lightning.
Which brings us back to that plasma energy connection.
Right, exactly.
So could these Foo Fighters have been some kind of atmospheric plasma phenomenon?
It's definitely a possibility.
So we've got orbs and photos.
Yeah.
We've got these transient lights that Katie sees.
Right.
And we've got Foo Fighters from World War II.
And they could all be connected by this idea of luminous phenomena.
That we can't fully explain.
Right, exactly.
Is there anything else that connects these dots?
There is, and this is where things get really mind-blowing.
Okay, lay it on me.
Remember those faerie-like forms that Katie captured on camera?
Yeah, those streaks of light.
Right, those streaks of light. Well, the authors believe that those forms might not be fairies in the traditional sense.
Okay, so we're not talking about winged creatures with magical powers.
Not exactly, but the book dives into the history and mythology surrounding fairies,
Okay.
exploring the idea that these beings have always been associated with light and luminescence.
So it's like those ancient myths and legends.
Yeah.
They were trying to describe something real.
Something they couldn't quite grasp.
Right, using the language and understanding of their time.
Exactly. And the book proposes that these fairy-like forms, along with orbs and other luminous phenomena, they might be connected to what they call a non-human intelligence.
Non-human intelligence, not aliens, not spirit.
Not in the way we typically think of them.
But something else entirely.
Something that exists beyond our current understanding of reality.
So you're saying that these fairy-like forms, the orbs, the lights in the sky, maybe even the Foo Fighters,
Yeah,
they could all be connected to this non-human intelligence.
that's the suggestion.
Whoa, that's a lot to take in.
It is mind-blowing, right?
But if this non-human intelligence is real, why would it be interacting with us?
Why would it be showing up in our world?
Yeah, what's its purpose?
That's the big question, and the book explores the idea that maybe this intelligence is trying to communicate with us.
Communicate with us.
But in a way that we don't yet understand.
So it's like they're speaking a language we haven't learned yet.
Exactly, and they're using light and energy as their words.
So those fairy-like forms, those streaks of
Yeah.
light, they could be symbols, messages, or even energetic imprints,
It's like they're leaving their signature.
trying to get our attention.
Yeah, trying to tell us something.
Yeah. So we're not just talking about random lights in the sky.
Right.
We're talking about potential communication.
Yeah.
Maybe even a connection with something beyond our comprehension.
That's the mind-blowing part.
This is blowing my mind.
There's even more to this.
Oh, there's more.
You ready to go deeper?
I'm all in, lead the way. Okay,
Okay.
I need a minute to process all that.
Yeah, it's a lot to take in.
We've gone from orbs and photos to ball lightning and fairy-like forms and Foo Fighters, and now a possible non-human intelligence trying to communicate with us.
It's a wild ride for sure.
It is. But before we get too lost in the cosmic soup,
Right.
let's try to make sense of all this.
Okay.
And remember, we have another source to consider, orbs, a universal sign.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And this book, it dives even deeper into the idea that orbs are conscious beings.
Conscious beings.
Yeah, potentially from another dimension.
Okay.
And that they're actually interacting with us.
So we're not just talking about like a planetary consciousness or a non-human intelligence.
Right.
But actual beings.
Yeah. Beings from another realm.
Whoa.
I know, it's a lot.
That's heavy.
So the book suggests that these orbs, they might be drawing energy from the camera flash to actually manifest in our physical reality.
So they're using our technology almost
Yeah, it's like they're tapping into our world.
to make themselves visible.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're not just passive energy forms.
Right.
They're actively choosing to appear.
That's pretty mind-blowing.
It is. But why would they want to show up in our photos?
Yeah. What's the purpose?
Are they just messing with us?
Like cosmic photobombers.
Yeah. Or is there something more to it?
That's the big question, right? And both books kind of grapple with that.
Right. They're trying to figure it out.
In Orbs,
Yeah.
a universal sign, It shares some stories where orbs seem to appear in photos at these really meaningful moments.
Okay, so not just random appearances.
No, it's like they're acknowledging something.
Yeah, like they're responding to the emotions of the people being photographed.
Or maybe they're drawn to specific events.
Right. It's like they're saying, hey, we see you.
We're here with you.
We're part of this experience too.
Yeah, it's a pretty amazing thought.
It is, and it connects back to that idea of synchronicity we talked about earlier.
Oh, yeah, those coincidences that feel like more than just chance.
Exactly. Maybe these orbs or the intelligence behind them.
Right.
Maybe they're actually orchestrating those events.
Wow. So you're saying they could be influencing our lives?
It's a possibility, right?
Guiding us, protecting us?
It's a lot to think about.
It is. And orbs, a universal sign, also suggests that these orbs might be involved in spiritual healing.
Spiritual healing.
Yeah. The book proposes that they can manipulate subtle energy fields to promote healing in the physical body.
So are we talking like orbs as tiny little doctors?
Not exactly doctors, but the idea is that they can interact with our energy fields in a way that promotes well-being.
It's a pretty wild concept.
It is, but I have to admit, the idea of these orbs as these benevolent beings helping us in ways we can't even perceive.
It's kind of heartwarming.
It suggests that we're not alone in this universe. Right. That there are these forces beyond our comprehension.
Looking out for us.
Yeah, working for our well-being.
It's a beautiful thought.
It is, and it all ties back to that idea of interconnectedness.
Everything's connected.
Exactly.
Right?
We're all part of this larger web of consciousness.
And these orbs might be a manifestation of that.
It's a pretty profound idea.
It is. So what are we supposed to do with all this information?
Well, there's no one right answer.
Right.
It's about opening our minds to the possibilities.
Questioning our assumptions about reality.
Exactly. And exploring these mysteries with curiosity and an open heart.
It's about looking at the world with a sense of wonder.
And awe.
Recognizing that there's so much we don't know.
So much we're still discovering.
And who knows what incredible discoveries await us.
As we continue to explore.
Right. This deep dive, it's not about convincing you of anything.
No, it's about empowering you.
To ask questions.
To explore different perspectives.
And to come to your own conclusions.
Exactly. It's about embracing the mystery.
The unknown.
And recognizing that the universe is far stranger and more wondrous than we could ever imagine.
This has been an incredible journey.
It has.
And I have a feeling we've only just scratched the surface.
We've only just begun.
So any final thoughts for our listeners as we wrap up this deep dive?
If you see an orb in your photos, don't just dismiss it.
Don't just assume it's dust or a lens flare.
Right. Take a moment to consider the possibilities.
What if it's something more?
What if it's a message?
A sign?
A glimpse into another dimension?
A reminder that we're part of something much bigger than ourselves?
Something interconnected, something magical.
Keep looking up. Keep questioning.
Keep your minds open.
To the wonders of the universe.
And who knows, maybe you'll capture an orb of your own.
And if you do send us a picture,
we'd love to see it.
Thanks for joining us on this mind-blowing deep dive into the world of orbs and luminous phenomena.
It's been a pleasure.
Don't forget to like and subscribe for more explorations into the unknown.
We'll see you next time.
Until then, keep exploring.